Howdy folks, welcome back to Out of War. Been digging down underground a little bit, but today we're gonna build a road. At least we're gonna try. But I did have some blocks here I wanted to get on before we get started on that, and I'm gonna try the dozer. I did a little testing, and they kind of work. We're gonna see if we can get that to work to build our road. Be on grid, and I can put these under here, and then we're ready to continue on. I'm going to slope downward, getting kind of under this coal seam. I may eventually put some conveyors in here, dig out the ceiling. I'm not sure, but let's go hop in our dozer. We're going to try to build a road. Let's kind of get it cleared and smoothed a little bit over towards the other base area. And I did get a roller. It works pretty well. I was testing that out as well. It's the, not the paving roller, it's the other roller. It's got a vibrator on it, and it works quite well. And we're going to go ahead and change the bulldozer to our color. We go to equipment, paint. If you didn't know, you can paint various bits and pieces of your vehicles. So you get in the vehicle, hit I for inventory. And you get in here to all your different lights and whatnot. And here you have your, on this one it's 3 different paint areas. So we're just going to swap that with the orange. We'll sell that yellow paint. There we go. Now we have our dozer. Now I have made some changes to, I've got it set to sequential gearbox just because that works better with the dozer. The way you can go kind of a constant speed. Got parking brake on. I forgot to do that. And let's see. I should have got that set. That does the ripper on the back. Alrighty. Got a pretty decent set of lights on here. So the dozer still, it doesn't work super well. But we're going to try. We're going to try to use it. I know there's some high spots we need to knock off. It should work especially good for that. The problem I had with it when testing is it tends to build up underneath you like that. So I might need to tilt the blade back. So it's going to be a learning process. I have not used the dozer much, and I haven't used it in quite a while. Alright, parking brake on. I don't know if I have controls. I think I went into audio and did a save. I'll do that again just in case. You have to do that every time you load your game, otherwise it doesn't load the correct volume levels, unless they fix that. Dozer. Yeah, blade, tilt in and tilt out is control mouse. Okay, got it. Okay, so I might have to tilt that in a little bit. As you can see here, I was pushing dirt, but it was also just kind of building up underneath me, strangely. Also, I wish it would delete any plants. You still have to move enough dirt for it to remove the plants. Alright, let's give this a whirl. You put it, the parking brake on, it puts it in park. I guess kind of makes sense. See how it builds up out in front of the blade? I don't know what's up with that. See if we can dig in a little bit. Nope. Oh, these are still such a pain. I want to tilt in a ton, but I'm going to try tilting it down a little bit more. Or regulate the level then by moving the boom. What's doing something? I don't know what it's doing, but it's definitely doing something. It seems to kind of create dirt out of thin air, which is a bit of a problem. Need that to be opposite. Let's go change that in controls, dozer. Tilt in and tilt out. So you need to be up. Try that. There we go. That's what I'm used to. I had to do the same thing for boom up and boom down. It was just a little too weird. So yeah, it looks like it's creating dirt out of thin air, which is odd to say the least. Okay, so when you put the parking brake on, it puts it in park. I kind of wish it wouldn't do that, but it's just the way it works. This thing really likes to roll downhill. Yeah, this is just kind of making a big old mess, isn't it? It's creating dirt. The blade, even though it's 3 feet above the ground, sometimes still interacts with the ground. It's a work in progress. So you can see I made a little area down here. I made a little pond, and we got our fueling stand. Little outhouse. Chair to sit in while you're waiting for the outhouse. And then the steering is weird because it's different steering depending on which way you happen to be rolling. So it's just awkward all around. Now we're gonna get spammed with fuel messages. Can I just... Maybe I should just turn that to a different key. Because I'm used to, with Farm Sim, using the left click on their mouse. Hold that down and move the mouse to run your implements. I'm not used to it being like the general interact with everything button. See, it says enter vehicle interact. What I'm looking for is... What's it called where it's using the mouse? Oh, action. So should we make that something else? I don't know what key is. Need some other key. Is R being used? R for refill? Guess we'll find out. If it starts doing other random stuff. There we go. Now we can not get spammed every time I'm running the blade. Let's see if we can push some of this dirt sideways. Not creating a whole bunch of new dirt. Yeah, we did create a whole bunch of new dirt, but... If we dig down deep enough, it gets rid of a lot of the little trees, at least. Yeah, some of the big trees, too. And then the dirt stays in the blade, strangely. And then now it's like interacting with the ground. Yeah. I may end up selling a dozer. This is what I run into. It just doesn't work that well. If I tilt the blade all the way back, does it become less stupid? That just undid all that push work I did by magically creating new dirt. Yeah, then it doesn't want to bite. Okay. Tilt her down just a little bit. Yeah, see, if you don't have it tilted way forward, then it just rides up. So it creates dirt underneath itself. And then it just continually creates a hill. It'll take some practice for sure. It definitely doesn't work like a real blade pushing in dirt. I've not ran a bulldozer, but I ran a shovel. Does that dump out if you raise the tilt it? So we're rolling backwards, but the tracks are spinning in the opposite direction. That's fun. Alright, let's head on down past the fuel if we can. Kind of driving on ice here. It's funny, as I was watching the video, the guy showing how to use the dozer, and like, it works well for him, so I guess he has a ton of practice, or he's got some kind of secret that I don't know. He was also working on flat ground. That might have had something to do with it. See, look, I mean, that's just BS right there. Why are you magically creating ground underneath you? You're never going to make any headway if you keep creating dirt. I know it's like it's supposed to be in the blade or whatever. Okay, well, let's see if we can clean this up any with the roller and see what we got. Whee! Like reverse 3 is the fastest we got. That's probably a good thing. Alright, let's get in the roller and see what we can make happen here. Starts out so zoomed. I gotta zoom in. Mouse wheel. See the roller doing this thing. It works pretty well. I was smoothing out some of the areas along through here. It just kind of does its thing. What's it going to do when we hit this big pile? It pretty much just smooths it out. Pretty happy with the roller. It seemed like when I did Season 3, the rollers just didn't hardly do anything. They've redone them since then. Works pretty well. Got a little too much dirt there, I think. There we go. Even turn some lights on. This thing has a lot of lights on it. It's made for working at night or something. Let's say I still have these little tree bush things. So I'm gonna have to dig those out by hand. See, that's floating above the ground even if the bulldozer didn't remove it. Don't know why. Guess it doesn't dig quite deep enough or something. So this may be really slow going. But I got that high point leveled off. That was the main exercise with the bulldozers. Now we're just kind of smoothing stuff out. Turn that off. See a stump. The stump's actually... Oh, that's interaction. I have to hold R now? No? Okay, so even though it says... I thought that was in vehicle settings. Rules, yeah, vehicle action. So it wants to use that for the character action as well. Got it. Okay, well, that's not going to work. Guess we'll do that. We'll deal with the fuel spam. Because when you're in character mode, Q and R moves your selection back and forth, so that's not going to work. I'll have to find some other key that's not in use. Alright, see how that's like floating above the dirt, but it didn't get removed? So we're going to have to do that. The dozer does not remove plants very well. I get really tired of digging these things out. I kind of wish that was better, but maybe they'll make it more better in the future patch. Okay, get all these chopped out, and then we'll get it smoothed down, and then we'll have one tiny section of the road done. So I already got rid of you before. Move that out with the old shovel. Alright, let's get the rest of this cleared. I bet I'm going to have to do all this by hand. Let me try the loader. Get this out of the way. Smooth this real quick. Doesn't want to really do much in reverse, too. Not enough power. Alright, we're probably done with you for a little while, so I will go ahead and shut you down. Try the loader instead of the dozer, or should we continue with the dozer? I guess I bought the dozer, we should continue with it. So let me know your experience with the dozer. Is it working out for you? Is it too much of a pain? seem to magically create dirt when you use it. Yeah, it's like you're driving a styrofoam bulldozer on ice. What is happening? Got in way too deep before I realized what was going on there. I might be better off just using the loader. And the tracks are spinning backwards as we move forward. Is that just a thing? Now they're right. Somehow my blade got tilted. Now it's just convinced it needs to be tilted to the right. I don't have that bound. I didn't really want to mess with that. Well, we made a cut. Probably the thing to do would be to have joysticks hooked up with this. And you can control the blade in all its directions. Alright, let's park this thing up here. So used to E, turning off the engines. That's not what does it in this game. Hey man, there you go. Get rid of the plants. These trees and the mushrooms and the little fern things. Like these, those are super easy. This one, you gotta get a ton of dirt out from under it. Yeah, that's more of a mess than anything. Some of these trees knocked back, and we'll see what we can do with the loader. Remedy this mess. Didn't do a very good job with the dozer. Alright. Your front loader. See what we can do with you. A little bit of pay dirt. We got 4,000 in there. Might as well rank her up. Let it do its thing. That's kind of what I was hoping to do, only I didn't mean to dig in that much. I wanted to cut that off at an angle. Oh boy. Okay, so now that I'm done with the dozer, I'm going to go back to this on simple automatic, I think is what the default is. I don't mind that when I'm doing the wheel loader, but the dozer goes too fast. Use this default shifting setup. Oh, this is gonna be a road, all right. I see a little bit of pay dirt there, but I don't think I'm gonna worry too much about that. Whoa! Out of control down here. Yeah, with all the bouncing and stuff, I can't quite do what I want to do very well. Yes, I like how the dirt spills out the side of the bucket. That's kind of nice. All right, what a disaster. Some of these out of the way. Yeah, there's a stump here. That's wood. I think everything else can go. Let's see what we can do with the roller. With this moon craters here. It's pretty bad. Get around some of this out. And not too shabby. So I'm gonna have to remove a lot of this shrubbery and stuff by hand. It's doable. Alright, let's see how she handles going uphill. Not just terribly overpowered, is it? Especially when you lose half your power anytime you turn. Yeah, it's getting the job done. Got used to that being in the sequential, and I keep trying to shift gears. Let's go a little more towards the side. Smooth this mess out a little bit. There we go. Like it never even happened. Skybox. I went ahead and set the weather to partly cloudy. A little variation. It would do random, but then the next thing you know, it's got a blizzard coming through. I don't really care for that too much. Happens a little too often. Hung up here on a little piece of ground. Okay, and we need to clear up some of this flora. It's going to be a long way over to the other base at this pace. Not making very good progress. Let me know your road making secrets. I built a pretty extensive road in the last season. Doesn't seem like it was this hard. But also, the map didn't have these little tiny bushes everywhere that you have to hack out of the ground by hand. That makes a big difference. You don't have to get very far away and then you just can't hear the vehicles. Alright, chopping bushes. We got promoted to level 20. Underground miner tier 2. Although we can't use any of the underground mining equipment. Alright, you are not a choppable tree. This one is. That one is. Alright, let's see if we can make it down to the coal pile at least. I don't know what the best way to clear this is. I hate to just have to chop all these out by hand, but it kind of seems like that might be what's going to have to happen. Doesn't take long to get a snoot full. Now, why did that dump over there? What? What is happening? Game? Yeah, it's spawning dirt where I'm not even dumping. That's weird. Okay, we'll roll that out. I do want to get this little... I guess that's a little smoother than I thought. It's probably good. Yeah, I'm going to have to chop all these bushes out by hand, I think, unfortunately. Fuel, oh yeah, let's get some fuel before we get too far away. So I'll do all that chopping off camera. That's going to be super boring. Let's get some fuel, and then we'll see if there's any other like big spots we need to knock off. Just run right into your dozer. And I think I'm going to end up selling the dozer. It's not much use. I guess it might be if you're just trying to move a lot of materials somewhere. It might come in handy. For the most part, it's kind of worthless. It's from a big old scoop I took when I was prospecting. Smooth that out with the vibrator. Then we might just need to run the roller back and forth a few times. I guess there's a little bit of a high spot here, isn't there? We try to knock that off. Get turned around. I've got some trees to chop. At least one stump. Let's see. Let's knock you out. I think we can just come down through here with the vibrator and get that all rolled smooth. When I was prospecting, pulled out a whole bunch of coal. Little trees kind of blend in. How many logs have I got? 87? Yeah, I need to go get those crafting into stuff. Alright, let's see if we can take the edge off that hill there. Actually, we might want to push the other direction now that I think about it. Let's turn back around. There's a little bit of a low spot on the other side of the hill. So if we could kind of push the hill into that low spot, that would be ideal. There's so much. Oh, I wish they could get the physics better. There's so much bouncing and skidding. It's like you're a styrofoam front loader on Teflon. Maybe this would have been a better job with the dozer. Might be one part where the dozer would actually work really well. We'll try that. Dozer, it's your time to shine. Actually changed because settings, control. Those are try that. Yeah, this is top speed. We're in a big heavy dozer. In theory. Are you a choppy tree? You are. There we go. Tree chopped. I'm gonna try this with a regular gearbox. We'll see how it goes. I want to push. Push some of this off. This, I think, is where the dozer may shine. Doing this kind of work. Kind of plays to its strengths. Sort of. This one it climbed the load a little too much. Yeah, you did come off the blade, so that's good. And one thing I was watching a video like how to use the dozer. One thing that he said, once you've opened it up, try just doing half a blade at a time. Yeah, this is working completely different than it was on his screen. If you had a different older version or what. This works much more realistically, whereas mine's just spreading everywhere ahead of the blade, no matter where you touch the dirt. We're smoothing it off. It's kind of what the dozer is made for. Pushing through hills. And I don't have the blade tilt left to right. I should have that, but honestly it'd be a little too much to handle with just mouse and keyboard. Okay, let me clean up a little more on the left side and then consider this hill cut through. Smooth that out with the vibro roller. We'll be in pretty good shape. Wish they had start up and shut down sounds. That would be nice. We'll smooth that out with the roller. It'll be pretty good. And then I'll get all these little bushes and bits and bobs chopped out of here, and we'll have somewhat of a proper road. Let's head on down the line here with the front loader. See where we end up. Don't know that there's any more major obstacles to overcome. Let's go take a look. Other than general smoothing. Yeah, get this rolled out smooth, and I think we'll be in pretty good shape. Probably going to move the derrick kind of there. Alright, well, while we're here, let's end the video by checking on everything here. It's been a little while since I was done. So we got our water out. Deal. Should have some more cement to kick off. I just threw a bunch of gravel in. Last time I was up here, yeah, those are all empty, so I probably need to go to this guy. Here's our gravel. We'll get this all queued up. Oh, 999. Sorry about that. Drag it. Zoink. Right click. Wait, what? Oh, right. That's how many cement. Right. So I need think it's 100 is what I was doing. Yep, we got 6 gravel left over. Alright, that needs to run. We did get some more ramps. So I'll go ahead and move those over, because we're going to keep going down. Need 3 of those guys. Don't think anything else in here is stored. I haven't been running material other than gravel. Alright, let me grab a little bit of this and see if we got enough to make 3 of those endpoints, and then we'll have that done. Actually doing pretty well on water right now. Down here, I need 1. Beautiful. I guess 45 seconds or so. So in the meantime, I think I'm pretty low on iron, so I don't have any more of these queued up. Yeah, let's go ahead and do, like, say, 50. Those cranking through. I think I was crafting... Yeah, I crafted a few of those. Let's throw our logs in there. And these take 5 each, right? We should be able to do another 20 of those. Then we should be able to do 10 of the wood floor. Then 1 more wood block. Go up. There we go. We'll get that all working away. So I need to finish up the road. And I need to mine some iron down on the iron mine. And then next episode we'll probably continue on into the mountain. And we'll do a bunch of digging. I kind of wanted to do something a little different, so we're working on the road this time around. That'll be it for this one, folks. Thanks as always for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.